Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. We are going to dive into your month of May 2021. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this month? I'm going to be mixing it up again a little bit this month, where I am going to be combining a little bit of the channeled messages and a little bit of the cards. I'm feeling called to kind of bring them together now, so just following my flow. So we're going to dive in. I feel like first, what I want to say is that the angels want me to acknowledge this journey and this path that you've been on, and how challenging, how difficult that's been. And I don't know, I'm almost feeling like you guys are needing that acknowledgement, and maybe you're not feeling like you get that in your life, or I almost feel like it's an energy of like other people have no idea the depth of what you've been going through for so long, and other people have no sense of how difficult it's been for you to adjust to the transitions that you've had, to make the changes that you've needed to make. And it's just been a really challenging and growing journey. And so I just feel like there needs to be that acknowledgement there for you. But I really feel like this is about you guys acknowledging this for yourself as well, and recognizing everything that's happened for you and everything that you have persevered through. And you might not feel like you've persevered. You might still feel like, because there is a little bit like of a frazzled energy, or things kind of catching up to you this month. So you may not feel that way, but it's time for you to take a look back and look at everything that you have been through and adjusted through. And you may not be exactly where you want to be, but like, when are we ever, It's something where we're always raising the bar. We're always working towards something new. And so this is an important time for you to just take a step back and acknowledge how far you've come, and acknowledge the work that you've done, because I think that is an important piece of this self-love energy that is wanting to deepen, that is wanting to develop within you this month. It's like this recognition of, who the hell you are, how amazing you are, and embrace this, allow this, recognize this. You might not like fall deeply into this self-love with yourself overnight, but that's part of the process, is to simply acknowledge the things that you've gone through, and the things that you've handled, and to give yourself some grace with some of the things that you don't feel like you've handled so well. Learn the lesson from it and allow yourself to move forward. Allow yourself to step into this next phase of things, because this has truly been such a metamorphosis for you. And man, oh man, have there been a lot of tower moments. So when I say tower moments, for those of you who are not familiar with the tower card in tarot, it's all about major life transitions, major life changes, this shifting that changes you in pretty much every way. Maybe you're seeing a lot of outside changes, maybe you're seeing a lot of inside changes, but you certainly are not the same person that you were a year ago. And your angels really want you also to embrace the shifting, embrace the growth. There's a lot of growth that's wanting to happen. This is really, and I've said this in several videos, because this is also the collective energy of a journey back to you. This is you really coming back to yourself and asking yourself, what is it that I really want? What is it that I really need in my life? And where am I not honoring that for myself? Where am I not listening to that? Where am I numbing something or ignoring something? Or I also feel like there's very much an energy of like, where am I speaking negatively to myself and not giving credit where credit is due, and really also keeping myself held back by the things that I am saying to myself. So really be mindful of your thoughts this month and the way that you're speaking to yourself, and how can you speak better to yourself? How can you at least challenge some of those thoughts that are coming through that aren't kind? I mean, would you allow someone to speak that way to someone else that you love? Absolutely not. And so part of this self-love journey is about noticing how you're speaking to yourself and beginning to challenge that and beginning to expect better. We might expect better out of people who are speaking to us, and we might say, hey, that's not okay for you to speak to me that way. But we don't do that again with ourselves. So raise the bar with that. Raise your standards with how you're speaking to yourself, because this truly is such a beautiful metamorphosis that you have going on. And we want you to come out of this cocoon in a better place, in a more positive place, in a more self-loving place. And so this month, that is going to be a huge focus for you, is this self-love. There also is just this beautiful energy of the truth will set you free. Okay, let me show you some of these cards that just really are supporting that. Okay, so we have, and I pulled them all together, right? So we have the release card, we have the truth card, we have the freedom card, and we have the clearing the way card. Okay, so there's something that maybe you've been dishonest with yourself about, or maybe you've been creating a past situation and really romanticizing it, or maybe your current situation, you're really not expecting again what it is that you deserve, right? And where are you lying to yourself? Where are you not being honest with yourself, and where do you need to take a look at that? That was a huge theme for you guys last year, and I see this really coming up again, because again, this is this journey back to yourself, and that freedom that you're seeking, that feeling of freedom, that freedom of time, that freedom of money, that freedom of life, and just like that feeling of freedom isn't going to come until you set yourself free. And you have, with this release card and with this freedom card, you have all of the power in the world to set yourself free. You are the one who holds the key here, okay? Nobody else. And this is about a choice, choosing to see the truth, choosing to honor your truth, choosing to take steps in the direction, actions in the direction of the truth that is coming through for you. And you're the one who clears the way. You're the one who unlocks your destiny. You're the one who unlocks this next phase in things. I also see really a need for a lot of balance. Again, this is acknowledgement. You've been through a lot. There's been a lot of work. And I think that this is a month where maybe it's starting to feel like it's catching up to you a little bit. It's starting to feel a little heavier. And there does need to be this acknowledgement of balance, really finding this balance here, okay? Really being mindful of the thoughts that you're thinking, of the thoughts that you're entertaining in your mind, because that obviously impacts the way that you feel. A big focus on balancing yourself and your life and your routines, and just bringing in whatever it is that you need to come back to balance. This is part of that process back to yourself. I see a huge part of this being physical, okay? So where do you need to give some attention to your physical body? Are there, doctor's appointments that you have been putting off, or are there holistic appointments or just self-care appointments that you've been putting off or not scheduling, or thinking about doing but not doing, okay? Doing things like that. Is there exercise in your life? Is there movement in your life? How are you nourishing your body? How are you feeding your body? And where can you take better care of your body? And where can you take better care of your energy field here with this aura card, okay? So really being mindful of not only your food diet, but your energetic diet. What am I allowing into my experience? What thoughts am I allowing? Am I watching a lot of things like the news that really bring in a very low vibrational energy? Am I watching things on TV that feel very low vibrational? What am I reading, and how does that feel? What am I consuming in every area of my life? Who am I allowing myself to spend time and energy on? Who am I spending my time with? Really thinking about that, because I think that you're going to become very aware of the areas where you need to make some shifts, where there needs to be some growth and development in order to bring you back into balance. So that's a really important question for you to be sending up to your angels and inviting in these insights, is like, where is it that I need to balance my life, and what do I need to be focusing my time and my energy on right now? Although I would say most of you probably already know. I feel like it's already been coming through. I don't feel like this is like a surprise concept to you. I think that you know it. It's just a matter of, again, choosing yourself enough to make this work for you, okay? This is another act of self-love. This is another way to honor that self-love for yourself. I see a lot coming in for you. We have the gifts card, okay? So watch for the gifts. Notice the gifts that are coming in, but this is also about a deepening of your intuitive gifts. You may find yourself feeling much more intuitive this month, or feeling just more in tune with yourself or others, or however that's coming through for you, but also little gifts from the universe. I always call them winks from God, like these just magical little things that happen. I'm thinking about how I moved in the fall, and I'm just noticing I've always wanted a pink tree, a tree with, pink flowers. And I'm noticing that this tree that's right outside of my place totally has pink flowers. And I know that's not a big deal, right? But those are kind of like those little winks from God, where it's like, oh, this is something that you've always wanted. Let me give you this. This would bring you a little bit more joy in your day. Let me give you this. And I feel like if you're paying attention, there are lots of those coming through for you this month. But we've got to be mindful of this ego with this views of the ego card, right? Whether this is you, whether this is someone else, there is a situation where the ego is in the driver's seat. Maybe for some of you, I feel like this is old connections trying to come back in, or relationships that you've tried to like disconnect from or move past from. And, like you can really get the sense like, oh, this person is still very much in their ego. They are still very self-focused, self-involved. They've got their own agenda. They are, very fear-based, whatever that's looking like for that ego. But I do feel like there's been enough growth and development where you're like, oh, they're very much in their ego. So you may be recognizing that, or you may be recognizing how the people around you are, that your current circumstances, for some of you, this is going to be a light bulb moment where you're like, wow, this really doesn't align for me anymore. This person does not have my best interest at heart. This person or this situation, it doesn't have to be a person, does not value me or is not best for me. So I do see some processing this month and potentially some choices for releasing that. I hope that you release that, or I hope you move in that direction of releasing that, because you're shifting. You've done so much work and you're shifting into this energy of operating from your soul and allowing your soul to guide you. And I feel like it's like we've got to release these anchors that are keeping you stuck, that are holding you back, in order for you to fly, right? And this is going to be really, really powerful. And I think you do fly. We've got this leap card, right? So you're thinking about a leap of faith, or you're thinking about making a pretty significant change in your life. And leaps of faith can be major things, or it can be as simple as something that has been really scary for you that you decide to finally go for. You decide to finally push yourself. And I encourage you to do that, because this is powerful for you. I think this is like you really, with this diversity card, bringing change into your life. You're mixing it up. You are learning new things. You are deciding that you're ready for some new lessons. And I feel like this is like the very beginning of this rebirth for you, and these are those baby steps right after that rebirth that are going to take you exactly where you want to go. Now, it's interesting because we have 3 king cards that showed up here. Okay, so first of all, I want to acknowledge with all these king cards, a very masculine energy. So this is going to be a month of balancing, but also, doing, right? So taking action on things, choosing to take action on things, choosing to take action on maybe those things that you are reflecting on or have reflected on, and there's a moving forward. So I think that this is really important. But we are, stepping into, with this King of Keys, maybe you don't quite recognize your value just yet, but you are taking actions in the direction of beginning to recognize that. You are beginning to take those self-love steps, right? And then we have the King of Scrolls, we have the King of Forces. The King of Forces is 100% Leo energy. And this is you learning how to stand strong in who you are, and to embrace this new learning that's coming into your life, embrace this new growth and development. I mean, you're honoring this dope soul that you truly are, and I think that you're learning that, right? With this King of Scrolls too, like I almost feel like there's a lot of opportunities and options coming your way. Okay, so if you don't see that in this month, I would be actually very surprised, because with all of this King energy, it's like stuff is just coming your way, and it's not going to come your way if you're not making it happen. But making it happen is different from trying to control it. This isn't you trying to control something or trying to force something, but when you're taking inspired action, the universe is like going to show up for you quickly and easily. So this is really key. And so I see a lot of opportunity coming in for you. I see a lot of potentially, even with the King of Scrolls, sometimes that's even like contracts coming in, things like that. But the last thing that I want to talk about with you guys, or the last couple of things, is we have this Six of Keys and this Eight of Keys, okay? So this is oftentimes about creating something. And creating something that is, there's like a development within it, okay? So I think you're going to be busy. I think you're going to be working on yourself, working on something else, whatever it is that you're feeling called to work on. It's going to take a lot of your time and your energy, right? But really what this is talking about is a progression into this master artisan. You are creating a better version of yourself, or you are creating a better business for yourself, or a better business plan. You are creating a better version of like you're working in the direction of your goals, I guess is what I'm wanting to say, where you are learning and developing your skill base, and just working on something that is developing and creating really powerful results. So this is a great month for you to focus on that stuff. And I feel as though this is really bringing you back into a sense of purpose. You know, I think it's felt, quite frankly, the energy has felt kind of depressing or anxious or struggle. There's been a lot of struggle, right? And I know there's been some signs and some evidence that things are starting to improve. And I think like you're starting to open up to be able to take things to the next level and really step into your light and, move forward with some things in your life. But I think a lot of that is going to come. We have this Ark of the Covenant reversed, and we have the Divine Physician. You know, for those of you who are, first of all, healers or helpers in some way, like I just see you helping with things, or even for those of you who aren't, I see a lot of benefit in you putting your energy into doing something that feels purposeful. This is about purpose and honoring your contract that you came here with. Each and every one of us came here with a contract with an intention of fulfilling a certain purpose. And you may not know exactly what that purpose is, but doing those things that feel purposeful, that feel helpful, I think that's going to help you to feel really good, and is really going to, again, assist with this self-love that is deepening and developing within you. So those are your messages for the month of May. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about clarity, you can check me out at discoveryawakening.com. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button below, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.